To be the best in the world. That's every racing driver's ambition in this thrilling sport. Here is Stirling Moss, coming into the pits now. Stirling, what makes a good racing driver?
It's very difficult to say. Theorists think you must have a perfect sense of balance, timing, superb sight, abnormally quick reactions, and a cool, calculating mind. I think it'd take a whole book to describe, and I've been trying to write one, but complete physical fitness is essential. How was that lap time, Keeper?
1:59.8.
I hope I can do a bit better than that.
You were lapping at 90.2 miles an hour.
Yeah, so have 2 or 3 others, and I want to be in the front row tomorrow.
And he was away again. We are at Stirling Moss's pit the day before a Grand Prix race. Practice laps are in progress to determine starting positions for the race tomorrow. The fastest drivers during practice starting in front. Anyone who thinks a motor race is simply a matter of cars and drivers should be here with us. Ken Gregory, I believe you look after the entire pit for Stirling. How do you prepare for a Grand Prix?
As team manager, I'm responsible for making all the preliminary arrangements before the race and for the organization of the pit during the race.
What do you consider the most important functions of the team manager during the race?
To see that everything goes smoothly in the pit and to help the driver plan his tactics for the race.
How do you do that?
With prearranged signals by which I can tell the driver what is going on.
And what about the car? Who looks after that?
That is the job of the chief mechanic, Tony Robinson.
What's the most important part of your job, Tony?
Check over every tiny detail of the car before the race, and during the race organise an efficient pit team to help Stirling.
I see. Mr. Lawrie, you were telling me earlier that you were a pit marshal. What exactly does that involve?
Broadly speaking, my job is to keep the pit clear of everybody except those authorized to be there. During the race, I also note the time and reasons for pit stops.
And what about you, Mr. Matthews?
I am the scrutineer and responsible for checking that competing cars technically comply with the rules and are safe.
And Mr. Browning, you're a flag marshal. What do you do?
Well, we're posted all around the circuit to warn drivers of danger ahead and to signal to them if another driver is trying to pass. We have an international code of flag signals, such as a yellow flag, motionless, means take care, danger, whereas the same flag, wave, means great danger, be prepared to stop.
And what do you do about dangerous driving?
Oh, that is the observer's job. Observers are stationed around the course, and they report any bad driving to the clerk of the course.
And if there's an accident?
That's the observer's responsibility, too. They have to use their judgment as to whether an ambulance, fire tender, or doctor is required.
How interesting. Thank you very much. By the way, we have a microphone in Stirling's car, so I'm going over to him now to see how he's making out.
We're accelerating through the pits in second gear, up into third, and then fourth. Get up to about 140 miles an hour down this, the second fastest straight. About 150 yards, put on the brakes quite hard, down into third gear for a 100-mile-an-hour right-hand curve. Go a bit easy on the throttle at the beginning and then hard down and up to 125 miles an hour again. Then hard on the brakes, down into second for a 90-degree corner to the right, which would take about 40 miles an hour. Around this, hard on the throttle again, just holding the car while it accelerates away. Up into third, and around 100 miles an hour, and then onto the brakes again, down into second for a 95-degree bend to the left. We take this at about 35 miles an hour. It's very slippery on the exit, this one. You have to go a bit carefully on the accelerator. Now short bit of straight, off again, onto the brakes, and a left-hand corner, about 40 miles an hour, 90 degrees. Again, a bit careful on the throttle. Accelerating again up to 90 miles an hour, and then a right-hand curve, which will take it about 60, leading into a straight, hard on the throttle once again, and full bore in third, which is about 120 miles an hour. Off the throttle, onto the brakes, and into a long, sweeping right-hand curve that leads into the straight. Accelerating around this quite hard now, and the wheels are spinning. to 125 miles an hour, and then we snatch fourth gear, and we're into the straight, a place where we can relax a little bit and have a look at all the gauges. We reach about 160 miles an hour on the straight, and we're now approaching Melling Crossing. We brake hard at 200 yards, down into third, and through the crossing, which is about 115 miles an hour, left-hand and then right-hand zigzag. And left to the right-hand side of the road, clipping the grass on the right. Then down into second, and we're back to the pit area again with a 40 mile an hour right-hand turn.
Here he is, coming into the pits again.
Is that any quicker, timekeeper?
Yes, it was. 158.7, making your lap speed 90.6 miles an hour.
And as I watched this thrilling race begin, I'm reminded of Stirling's answer when I asked him if he learnt something every time he raced.
Every year, the driver learns a little more. So do the designers of the cars. Speeds go up. There's no record which is not at the mercy of improved mechanical and driving efficiency. That which we regard as phenomenal today will become commonplace. Tomorrow's miracle will be the next day's normal.